It was just a matter of time before we saw the clone idea dissolve. More and more, we've been seeing this transitional era from the Galactic Republic to Empire, and now the Bad Batch is definitely heading for a collision course with this new Empire. The series is clearly showing the divide between what stormtroopers we know in the Empire later on and these clones struggling to become the official police force, the stormtroopers of the Empire. Of course, we saw Commander Cody be the latest victim of this new system. In fact, he has gone AWOL. Now, we discussed in an earlier video this week that Commander Cody might have been actually killed by Vice Admiral Rampart. I do not believe that, but there are a lot of fans who are speculating that that might have happened since Admiral Rampart has been giving out bad news more and more recently. He tried to kill Clone Force 99. He then killed Captain Wilco in the second episode, and now all of a sudden Cody has gone AWOL. Many are justifiably suspecting this, but if you know anything about how Dave Filoni runs his shows, and he is somewhat involved with the Bad Batch, of course. He is the Kevin Feige de facto of the Mandoverse and the animated series, and what's even more interesting is his comments back in the day that reflect what Cody has been going through and why he actually is not dead, but that Cody had a whirlwind of other destinies that ultimately were never realized. What Dave Filoni said might reflect what we might see later on in Season 2 of The Bad Batch. Not only his return, but how Cody will return. I feel like The Bad Batch Season 2 and Star Wars Rebels is deeply connected when it comes to clone lore. You see, Cody proves that the Empire didn't do themselves any favors with the clones. Their leaders, such as Vice Admiral Rampart, proposed replacing the clones with enlisted stormtroopers almost immediate with Project Warmantle, and its treatment of the clones in the interim was very much problematic. As you can see, episode after episode, the Empire is discarding its most loyal soldiers to have ever been bred war. Set aside the fact that they have been killing off clones left and right, Admiral Rampart himself. To make matters even worse, you can closely see that Commander Cody's uniform has now been degraded to a more basic gray and white armor. There is no more orange or yellow or blue. The only color I have seen so far in the trailers might actually be Clone Commando uniforms, but I'm assuming that those will go away as well. What the third episode also showed is that neither Cody nor Crosshair will be referred to by their own names. Rampart refuses to do so. Crosshair is called upon by his clone number. When Crosshair talks about Cody in front of Rampart, refers to Cody, Rampart, instead of saying Commander Cody, he says his number instead. So you can clearly see the disdain that Rampart has for clones, and de facto, we saw in Season 1, Tarkin is not fond of them as well. And of course, Cody knew all of this. He finally woke up and realized, even with his inhibitor chip, that he is done. He is not serving this Empire anymore. Dave Filoni stated back in the day that there were supposed to be 9 clones that we saw in Star Wars Rebels. Why I'm mentioning this is because if Cody went AWOL and Dave Filoni originally had plans to bring 9 clones into Star Wars Rebels, 9 older clones of course, then you can bet your bottom dollar that Cody was one of those elder clones that we saw in Star Wars Rebels. Instead, we only saw 3, that was Gregor, Wolf, and Rex. He also went on to say that there was plans to bring Cody back due to the fact that Grand Admiral Thrawn heard about clones joining Rebels, and this is how they were supposed to ingratiate him. Now, originally, some of those clones could have been Wolf, Gregor, Rex, who were the original 3 that we saw in Rebels, but also Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, Omega, and Echo as well. Now we can include Cody too. All of these clones, of course, were scrapped in the end. We only saw 9 clones in Rebels. Dave Filoni, by stating this though, by hinting that Cody could have been seen in Rebels, he is telling us that these plans are definitely hinting that Cody is definitely not dead, but he is alive. So all the fans suspecting that he is dead can definitely lay these speculations to rest, and I truly believe naive. I mean, call me naive, but I don't think that they would kill Commander Cody just off screen. A newbie like Captain Wilco was not killed off screen. Why would they give Cody that treatment? Now, this hit me like a gut punch, but I know that all these deleted scene aspects give us more grief and more sorrow that we didn't get them. But remember the report that the original Obi-Wan Kenobi series and even as back as the Obi-Wan movie that they were planning had Commander Cody in it. We never got to see Commander Cody and Obi-Wan reunite, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know what the future holds, but as far as the Obi-Wan series, it was planned that Commander Cody would go AWOL, of course, and we would have seen ultimately Cody and Obi-Wan reunite on Tatooine. They would have gotten together, and to make matters interesting, Obi-Wan would even befriend Cody, and he would have Cody as a pal, sorta, living with him on Tatooine, helping him. And in fact, there was a leak that when Obi-Wan went on this mission and would have to leave Tatooine, it would be Commander Cody who would have looked after Luke Skywalker while he was gone. This would be extremely interesting to see, but this plot, of course, changed and morphed, and ultimately it was deleted. But again, Dave Filoni with Star Wars Rebels back in the day and the Obi-Wan series clearly show us that Cody will make it past this third episode of The Bad Batch. Now, does he survive season 2? That I truly suspect. There is a reason why we don't see anyone else in Star Wars Rebels. The only 3 clones we see in Star Wars Rebels are Rex, Gregor, and Wolf. So this is why I don't believe anybody will make it out of the Bad Batch series in total. Maybe there's a season 3, but nobody, I think, will make it past that. The only ones making it are Rex, Gregor, and Wolf, in my opinion. But again, it's very interesting to see how much Cody is valued in the Star Wars community and even by the Star Wars writer. Dave Filoni's comments showcase this as much as possible. What do you guys think as well? Will Cody make it past the Bad Batch series? I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.